Yeoman believes this will ensure everyone fights equally, whether rich or poor. He tells his friends to stop whining about it, reminding them that the entire world is in trouble, and not just them. He then scans the area for our protagonist, Ru Min, Black Scythe in the game. Chuckling to himself, he feels certain Ru Min didn't survive the game. But then, someone in a bizarre outfit catches his eye. Realizing something, he thinks of status in his mind. A screen pops up. Since everyone can summon their stats screen, they start murmuring, wondering if this means they can use their stats and items in real life too. Yeoman grabs a rock and effortlessly shatters it into powder, which brings a smile to his face. Later that day, the news begins broadcasting the unusual event that occurred during the New Year's celebration. A record-breaking 11% of the population has been wiped out. Ru Min watches the news and thinks to himself, it has already begun. For now, using their abilities in real life might not seem like a big issue, but as players level up, their powers will grow increasingly supernatural. This, he knows, will inevitably lead to Earth's destruction before the 20th round. He is determined to stop that from happening. The only way to do so is by intimidating them with overwhelming power. Ru Min enters a dimly lit room. He opens the door to find his little brother, Ru Won, sleeping soundly. One has just entered the 7th grade. Their once normal lives were shattered when they lost both parents in a car accident. Now, Min is his only guardian. He wakes his brother and asks him to get dressed and come with him. When one protests about being woken up so early, Min responds with a serious expression, saying the world is going mad and that he'll explain everything on the way. Outside, One looks at his older brother with confusion, noticing how serious he seems. Min tells him to check the most recent news. The news leaves One baffled. One asks if Min was taken into the game as well. Min explains everything that happened, and One yells at him, asking if he's okay. After all, Min is his only family. One thinks to himself that even though Min is strong on the inside, there's no way he could have killed 100 goblins. Min reassures him that in the other world, there's a system called stats, so physical abilities in the real world don't matter at all. He adds that he won't think he's weak anymore after seeing him fight later. One declares he won't budge from his spot unless Min explains what he's talking about. Glancing at his brother's injured hand, Min explains they're heading to the hideout of his bully, Taegyu Bang's playground. Taken aback, One asks him how he knew about Taegyu. He hadn't told Min about it because he didn't want to add to his brother's burdens. But in all honesty, Min hadn't known about it either until a few hours after he returned from the first round in his first life. That day, while Min was sleeping, his brother had gone outside. Later, a phone call informed Min that his brother had been taken to the hospital. One had been beaten to the point of blindness by Taegyu Bang. Min had been unable to protect his little brother, and he vowed to never let anyone bully him ever again. The scene shifts to Taegyu mercilessly beating someone while his underlings watch. Nervous, they talk among themselves, stating that even seniors from other schools are scared of Taegyu. Taegyu looks furious because he didn't manage to extract enough money from the guy he just beat to buy a new bike. He orders his underlings to think of someone they can squeeze money out of. One of them suggests Ru Won, which makes Taegyu smile. He had wanted to beat One anyway for celebrating the new year. Taegyu knows One doesn't have a cent, even though he gets beaten up every day. Just then, Taegyu's gaze shifts to the entrance. It's Ru Min, standing there with his brother One, who looks visibly nervous. Taegyu smirks, declaring he got nervous for nothing. Screaming at One, he asks who the person next to him is. Min calmly replies that he's his brother. Cracking his knuckles, Taegyu declares they're both dead and signals his underlings to attack. They approach confidently, taunting Min and asking if he even knows how to fight. One of them gets right up in his face, measuring the height difference between them. In an instant, Min punches him in the face, sending him sprawling. Another throws a punch, but Min dodges effortlessly and lands a solid blow to his jaw. Within moments, all of Taegyu's underlings are on the ground, trembling in fear. Taegyu, however, looks excited. He assumes Min must have learned boxing somewhere, but he dismisses those pathetic punches as nothing to worry about. He approaches Min, towering over him with a menacing grin. Min asks him if he's seen the news. Taegyu, triggered, snaps back, "What about it?" and throws a punch. Min dodges each of his attacks with calm precision, which only infuriates Taegyu further. Suddenly, Min's hands glow blue, and he delivers a powerful punch square to Taegyu's face. declaring, if he'd seen the news, he wouldn't have thought of attacking him like this. Recovering from the punch, Taegyu attacks again, but Min disappears. He reappears instantly and punches Taeju's face once more, breaking one of his teeth. Enraged, Taegyu lunges at him again, but Min counters with a devastating punch. Refusing to give up, Taegyu goes for one final hit. Min grabs him and throws him hard against the wall, then asks coldly, "Does it hurt?" No matter how many times he has returned to this point in time, Min could never forget the pain he felt seeing his brother in such a state. Terrified, Taegyu pleads with him to stop. Smiling darkly, Min grabs his hand and says he shouldn't have harmed his brother. With a sickening crack, he breaks Taeju's wrist. He does the same to the other hand, making Taegyu scream in agony. Seeing this, Taeju's underlings flee in panic. Min warns Taegyu to stay away from his brother, and Taegyu hastily assures him that he will. But since Min doesn't trust his words, he makes sure by torturing him further. Outside, one asks his brother where he learned martial arts. Min simply tells him it's because of the abilities he gained from the other world, which now apply in the real world as well. To demonstrate, he summons a weapon out of thin air. Min explains that his speed stat has increased to 11, which is why he could dodge every attack earlier. Curious, one asks what happens if he levels up even further. Min tells him he doesn't know yet, as he hasn't gotten that far, which is a lie of course. The last time Min revealed everything on his 11th return, one was kidnapped by another player. Min did get his revenge, but he doesn't want his brother to go through that again. He is determined to protect him at all costs. Lightening the mood, they head to the convenience store. One is shocked when Min withdraws all of his money from the ATM. Min tells his brother to choose anything he wants except noodles, since he eats those every day. After hesitating for a while, one picks pork belly. Min looks at his brother and silently promises him to just wait for a few more days. He will make sure he can eat whatever he wants. As they share the meal, Min walks away and returns with the stack of lottery tickets, which he begins filling out. Shocked and concerned, one asks why he spent all of his savings on those tickets. One gasps as he notices Min writing the same number on every ticket. Smiling, Min simply says, "It's the lucky number." One anxiously bites his nails watching the lottery winners being announced. He worries about the money they could have used instead for a nice dinner, but his expression quickly changes when the winning numbers are revealed. They match exactly the numbers Min chose for every ticket he purchased. One tears up, asking if this is a dream. Then, he screams happily, they won first place. For Min, however, this has become a routine. He's done this dozens of times, and it's almost a ritual for him now. He learned early on the importance of gaining wealth quickly, especially since items exchanged between players were paid for in real cash. Additionally, the global economy had begun to stagger due to the 900 million deaths. The same day, Min goes to the bank to withdraw all his winnings. The employee is stunned when he realizes Min placed first in over 100 tickets. The employee remembers being instructed to call the branch director immediately if the winner had come, since he is a VVIP. Min is promptly escorted to the director's office to proceed with the transaction. Without wasting any time, Min declares he'd like to receive his winnings first. The employee checks his tickets and informs him that his total winnings amount to $11 million. After securing his winnings, Min quickly finds a new apartment to move into and opens an investment account. He knows coin prices will skyrocket 5 times next month, so he invests a significant portion of his money before spreading the rest of his assets. Back at home, one asks his brother why he rented the apartment instead of buying it, since he has the money. To one's shock, Min informs him that he invested most of the winnings into cryptocurrency, leaving only enough for a few months' rent. One is flustered, but Min reassures him, adding, he knows what he's doing. Min then asks one to grab some lunch and start packing since they're moving today. The scene shifts to Yongmin, who punches a wall, causing it to crack under the impact. He thinks to himself how lucky he is to have obtained the Rune of Power, which doubles his strength. Now that he's done practicing, it's time for him to put his newfound power to use somewhere. Yongmin stands in front of Min's house, convinced that Min hasn't died in the game. He's enraged, remembering how Min glared at him during the New Year's celebration. He bangs on the door loudly, but is met with silence. The owner of the building approaches, asking who he is. Yongmin tells him he's Min's friend and wants to meet him. The owner informs him that the student who lived there has moved, but he doesn't know where. Yeongmin clenches his fist in rage. Meanwhile, Min and Won are at their new place. Won is impressed by everything. They enter their new apartment, and Won asks if they should have gone somewhere cheaper, as it's too big and expensive for them. Min brushes him off, stating the security here is worth every penny. On the first of every month, players fall into a comatose state, leaving them vulnerable. From natural disasters to assassins employed by other players, the dangers are endless. So when the time comes, players often seek out the safest places to hide before their souls are taken. No matter how strong someone is, it would mean nothing if they die in the real world. Min's phone starts buzzing incessantly as he receives calls from Yeongmin. He must have found out that Min moved. Min simply ignores him, knowing they won't ever meet except in the other world. The day after the move, Won proposes the idea of giving rice cakes to their new neighbors. Following Korean tradition, Min hums in confusion, as Won never did this in his past lives. Since there's no harm in it, Min just thinks his brother is being too nice. Since the penthouses span the 44th to 45th floors, this is likely where company owners and celebrities live. They ring the doorbell of the last house, but are met with silence. Just as they're about to leave, actress RNCO walks in. The security guard steps forward and asks them who they are. Not recognizing the actress, Min tells them they're people who just moved into the flat below hers. When Won offers the rice cakes, the guard coldly informs them that RN doesn't eat such things. Without a word, they then head back to their apartment. Annoyed, Min remarks that he doesn't know who they are, but they sure are rude. Won, however, beams with excitement, thrilled that he just met RN. Inside her apartment, RN looks at the recent news of fellow actors and actresses who died because of the game. She stares worriedly at the texts and news about funerals. She thinks to herself that they all had brighter futures than hers, but passed away because they didn't survive the first round. And if it weren't for her rune, she would have been on the news too. The guard approaches her, asking if she's okay. RN shares her concerns about the next round that's about to happen. The guard reassures her, asking her to trust him and try to relax. RN smiles, knowing that if it weren't for him, she wouldn't have survived. She then thinks about Black Scythe, the player who made the goblins look pitiful in front of him. She wonders if being with someone as skilled as him would help her get through the second round. The scene shifts to the morning of the last day of January. Min comes home with his new winnings, which amount to 11.2 million won. One asks if the bank isn't suspicious, since this is his fourth time winning. Min simply brushes him off, stating that he told them he had dreams about the numbers. One asks if he's going to invest in the coin again, to which Min nods. The investment has already grown to 112 million won as of now. Later that night, after spending time together dining outside, they return home. At 11:55 p.m., Min lies on the bed as One holds his hand. Min pats his head, telling him to stop worrying. He assures One to go to sleep, promising that when morning comes, he'll be back too. In a flash, Min is transported into the other world alongside other players. The place looks different from the last time. Players whisper about Min, recognizing him as the first place winner of the previous round, which he is satisfied with. An angel appears. The players are taken aback, as it's a different one from before. The angel explains that the angel from the first round had an accident and couldn't come. She chuckles, asking them to stop worrying since she will guide them very well. Flapping her divine wings, she declares it's time to reveal the quest for the second round. The screen pops up to reveal the main quest for round 2. The quest is to determine the player map's representative within 3 hours. Everyone will survive upon completing the quest. The angel explains that this round isn't about fighting but about appointing the map's representative. The appointed person will gain the ability to force other players to obey their commands. Players are given 3 hours to think and then vote for whoever they want. One of the players raises his hand, asking if there's nothing else to it. The angel assures them, stating that this is a break round. The timer starts ticking. Everyone is relieved except Yeongmin, who had maxed out his strength for this round. Scythe is certain that Yeongmin obtained the rune of power this time as well. From Yeongmin's rune to this exact situation, everything is unfolding as it did before. Scythe walks away from the crowd. He sets off to complete the side and hidden quests, which will award him a class title. This, in turn, will allow him to enter a profession. To unlock the profession, he needs to reach level 10. In the dark forest, Scythe attacks a hobgoblin. The rune of slaughter has increased to 1%. He smirks as the other goblins stare at him in fear. After a quick fight, Scythe has now reached 50 out of 100 kills, increasing all of his stats by 50% thanks to the Rune of Slaughter. Within half an hour, he has already reached level 9. He allocates all of his leveling up points to speed, as no matter how strong one is, a fatal blow means death. There are 4 player stats: strength, speed, intelligence, and luck. Strength governs physical damage and defense, while intelligence enhances magical damage and the speed of thought processes. Speed increases movement and attack speed, and luck improves the chances of landing critical hits, obtaining better items, and earning more gold. While all stats are important, the Reaper class allows the player to use both physical and magical damage simultaneously. Therefore, it's ideal to round up all his stats. Suddenly, something rustles in the path behind him. Scythe, distracted by his hunt, realizes someone has been following him. This never happened in his previous lives. He flashes his knife, warning them to come out. Arin steps into view, holding her hands up, with the man beside her. He wonders if it's the guard they met in the apartment earlier. The guard asks Scythe to calm down, explaining that they didn't follow him with bad intentions. Scythe recognizes him by his player ID. He's Sankolan, the right-hand man of Kyungruk Ma. Rock is the eldest son of the richest company in the country, and a player who goes by the name Kyeonma. He is one of the players Scythe hopes to recruit into his party. Not only will it be easier to progress with Rock on his side, but Scythe also needs his relationship with him, as Rock is a priest, by the 20th round. Scythe realizes Sankul is with Arin because Rock's company sponsors celebrities as part of their business. Scythe feels slightly uneasy about the future changing. He demands to know why they followed him. Arin nervously states that since he placed first last time, she was wondering if they could help each other out. Scoffing, Scythe remarks that such expressions are used when help is necessary for both parties. He declares that he's doing well and tells them to leave, not wanting to waste any more time. While Sankul is visibly annoyed by Scythe's arrogance, Arin falls to the ground, overwhelmed by the tension of being threatened with a knife. They give up on the idea of becoming Scythe's teammates. Arin asks Sankul if they should also fight the monsters, as there's still plenty of time. Meanwhile, Scythe has already resumed his hunt. What matters to him right now is increasing his level. A gnoll growls at him. Scythe thinks he's lucky today, as 5 gnolls are attacking him at once. He butchers them in one swift motion. Finally, he reaches level 10. The screen pops up, stating that the requirements to open a profession have been fulfilled.